what I want to talk today about is a process known as global warming. Today it just so happens that we had history being made. Not by temperatures being warm, oh no, by temperatures being cold. You see, it snowed today for the first time in recorded history in the month of November on day number 5 in South Carolina. It snowed. Now, usually that does not occur. But you see, this has been an unusually cold year. For example, a few days ago, it snowed in Chicago, October 31st, Halloween Day. Now, I remember when I was a little kid, I used to go out trick-or-treating on Halloween. And you know what? It was warm outside. It was not cold. But this year, it was very cold, and the kids were wearing coats. Now you might say, well, that's just one day. You can't say global warming is a fraud because it was cold one day. That's true. In fact, this year, we had, in the month of January, record cold temperatures. And we also had a shortage of propane due to a record number of below zero days. Now you might say, well, that's just coincidence. No, it's not coincidence. The scientists said that it was due to a polar vortex. They said that global warming causes it to be colder. Now, did you hear what I said? I didn't say warmer, I said colder. Does that make any sense? Global warming causes temperatures to be colder? But you see, that's what a scientist will say. Well, no. Colder temperatures are due to global warming. Well, I don't believe in global warming. I believe it's a complete and total fraud. I believe there is no global warming, and I think that instead what you have is global cooling. That temperatures are going down, not up. And the only thing a scientist can do is say, shut up, you're an idiot. You need to shut up. Because they don't have the evidence on their side. But I can tell you that I went to college and I got my 4-year degree, bachelor's in science, and I know something. I know that warming means temperatures go up. Cooling means temperatures go down. Global warming means temperatures would be rising. You would have a scorching summer and a warm winter. But instead, you have a nice, cool summer. As a result, I had to spend almost no money on air conditioning this year. In contrast, the winter was severe. I had to spend a lot of money keeping the house warm. There were shortages of propane. You don't have that when you have global warming. So instead what we have is global cooling. And the only thing a scientist can do is say, shut up, you're an idiot, you need to shut up. They can make all kinds of nasty comments, but the one thing they cannot do, the one thing they will not do, is change reality. The reality is the propane shortage was real, and the people had to spend lots of money, and propane became very expensive. It went from $2 a gallon all the way up to $6 a gallon, and people couldn't buy it even at $6 a gallon because there was none to be had due to the record low temperatures. I said low, as in a very cold winter. That is not what you expect from global warming. What you expect is record high temperatures. And the scientist said, oh, well, that's just a fluke, but don't worry, it'll soon get hot. It'll get real hot. Instead, we have snowing in South Carolina today for the first time ever in recorded history. We have snow in Chicago on Halloween Day. And we have scientists who constantly scream profanity and get angry when you ask them, why is it snowing in Chicago? What's going on? They don't answer, oh, well, you're going to have warm days and cold days. No, they know they've been had. They know that people are waking up and they're angry and they're screaming profanity because their goal is a carbon tax. So they can increase taxes on you and they can stick the money in their pocket. That's their goal. And now that the temperatures are so cold and people are asking so many questions, they're furious because they see their supply of money is going to dry up. And the only thing they can do is get angry and call people a bunch of names. Because that's what happens when a used car salesman sees his deal fall through because someone says, hey, wait a minute. What do you mean? What do you mean the transmission's not bad. I can't shift out of first gear. What's going on here? The transmission, you said the transmission was good and the car's only going 10 miles an hour and I can't go any faster. What does the salesman do? What does a used car salesman do when that happens and he realizes the transmission's shot and he realizes he's not going to sell you the car? Do you think he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I guess I put you in the wrong car"? No, he starts screaming profanity at you because he knows that you're not going to buy the junk car anymore. He knows that the deal just fell through and the sucker swam out of the net. And that's what a scientist does when he finds out that he's not going to get the Garvin tax. He starts screaming profanity and getting very angry because he realizes the money is gone.